Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to discuss with you splanchnic circulation and cerebral blood flow. Splanchnic circulation is basically the flowing of blood through gut, spleen and pancreas. It is quite different from other circulation because in this circulation blood flows from these areas firstly and then into liver by way of portal veins. In the liver, this blood passes through liver sinusoids. Liver sinusoids contain a lot of endothelial cells. These reticuloendothelial cells that lines the liver, they are responsible for removing bacteria so that the blood which is entering from gastrointestine will be bacteria free, and it will remove potentially harmful agents that can enter into the remaining body. दैट्स वाई इसमें जो ब्लड फ्लो है सबसे पहले वो गट, स्प्लीन और पैंक्रियास से पास होगा, देन इट एंटर्स इनटू लिवर. लिवर में जाने के बाद इस ब्लड की क्लीनिंग होगी ताकि ये बैक्टीरिया फ्री हो जाए, और बैक्टीरिया फ्री होने के बाद ये बाकी जो बॉडी पार्ट्स है उनको जो ब्लड सप्लाई हो वो बैक्टीरियल या हार्मफुल एजेंट से फ्री ब्लड हो. ब्लड के अंदर जो फूड के कंपोनेंट्स है वो दो तरह के, एक फैटी कंपोनेंट है, नॉन फैटी कंपोनेंट. जो फैटी कंपोनेंट है वो पोर्टल ब्लड में ऐड नहीं होते, वो इंटेस्टाइनल लिम्फेटिक्स में ऐड होते हैं. वो इंटेस्टाइनल लिम्फेटिक्स उनको एब्जॉर्ब करता है और उसके बाद वो उनको बॉडी के सर्कुलेटिंग ब्लड में ट्रांसफ़र करवा देता है बाय पासिंग द लिवर. लेकिन जो नॉन फैटी सब्सटेंस है, मीन्स जो वाटर सॉल्युबल न्यूट्रिएंट्स है, वो हेपेटिक सेल्स और रेटिकुलर एंडोथेलियल सेल्स से एब्जॉर्ब हो जाते हैं और वो उनका 1 to 3 क्वार्टर्स स्टोर कर लेते हैं टेम्पररी तौर पर, सो दैट दे कैन बी यूटिलाइज्ड लेटर ऑन. नाउ व्हाट आर द एनाटॉमी ऑफ द गैस्ट्रोइंटेस्टाइनल ब्लड सप्लाई? Basically, the arterial blood supply to the gut includes the superior mesenteric and inferior mesenteric arteries. These arteries supply the wall of small and large intestine. There is another artery which is celiac artery. It is a small artery supply blood to stomach. And there are many small arteries which penetrate into the intestinal wall and spread along the muscle bundles, into the intestinal villi and into the submucosal vessels beneath the epithelium to serve the secretory and absorptive function of gut. It means mesenteric and superior mesenteric, inferior mesenteric तो small and large intestine को blood supply कर रही हैं, celiac artery stomach को blood supply कर रही है, but there are small branches of arteries which are responsible for supplying blood to the muscles, so that these blood flow will responsible for secretory and absorptive function of the gut. Now, what are the possible factors which can increase blood flow during gastrointestinal activity? First of all, the most important substances are vasodilator substances. These substances are also released from the mucosa of the intestinal tract, and these hormones are peptide in nature, includes cholecystokinin, vasoactive intestinal peptide, gastrin and secretin. These hormones control specific movement and secretory activities of the gut. Now, the second one is also that gut wall also secrete kinins, gliadin and bradykinin. They are also powerful vasodilators, and they also increase the blood flow to the gut areas. The third is that decreased oxygen concentration can also increase the blood flow to at least 50 to 100% because of the increase of the local सप्लाई ऑफ ऑक्सीजन. ऑक्सीजन की लोकल जो डिमांड है टिश्यू की वो इंक्रीज़ हो जाएगी, जिसकी वजह से डिक्रीज ऑक्सीजन कंसनट्रेशन की वजह से टिश्यूज़ will require more oxygen, and in this case blood flow will automatically adjusted and tissues will be provided with more blood flow so that more oxygen will be provided to such tissues. Second factor which is caused by the decrease in oxygen is release of adenosine. Adenosine is also a well-known vasodilator. It is also responsible for increased blood flow through gut. And due to increased blood flow in gut areas, the gastrointestinal activity will definitely increase, and this will enhance the overall effect. Now I am going to discuss with you all cerebral blood flow, but before its discussion I would like to brief you all the structure of brain. Brain has four major regions: cerebrum, diencephalon, cerebellum and brainstem, as shown in the diagram. The largest part of the brain is cerebrum. Cerebrum has two hemispheres, right and left cerebral hemisphere. These two cerebral hemispheres are connected with each other by deeper grooves, and they are further divided into four lobes. These four lobes are separated by deeper grooves called fissures. So, cerebral blood flow is mainly done through four large arteries. Anterior part of the brain is supplied through two carotid arteries, and posterior part is supplied by two vertebral arteries. They merge together to form circle of Willis at base of brain. Circle of Willis at brain surface. Brain की surface पे ये circle of Willis new arteries बनाता है, जिनको हम कहते हैं pile arteries. These pile arteries branch to form penetrating arteries. These penetrating arteries dive deep into the brain tissue to form intracerebral arterioles. These intracerebral arterioles eventually divide into capillaries, which then responsible for exchange of nutrients between tissues and brain tissues and blood. Now, the circle of Willis is made up of two anterior cerebral arteries which supply frontal and parietal lobe of brain, internal carotid artery which supply most part of the brain but also supply blood to head and neck region. Posterior cerebral arteries supply blood to occipital lobe, midbrain and thalamus. Posterior communicating arteries supply blood to occipital lobe and temporal lobe. Anterior communicating artery supplies medial and superior part of frontal lobe. Now I am going to discuss all these lobes with you through diagrams. So here comes the diagram of circle of Willis, which generally consists of many arteries, and I have circled that arteries which forms the circle of Willis. These arteries are internal carotid arteries, anterior cerebral artery, posterior communicating artery, posterior cerebral artery, middle cerebral artery. These are all the arteries which are forming circle of Willis and are responsible for supplying blood to different regions of brain. Here comes diagram showing different lobes of brain. As the name suggests, frontal lobe is present on the front side, parietal lobe is present after it, and occipital lobe is present on the posterior side of brain. And there comes the temporal lobe. So these are all lobes which are making the structure of brain, and they receive blood through circle of Willis as I discussed with you earlier.